Good morning, cadets. Today I'll be taking up the chapter The Sound of Music. The Sound of Music is a chapter about two great musicians or music maestros and their lives. Evelyn Glennie, the percussionist, and Ustad Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai player. The Sound of Music shows how passion and love for music can create wonders. It is an interesting chapter about the lives of two great musical legends, their struggle, their hard work, their dedication, their determination. Evelyn Glennie, a most sought after musician internationally, is a multi percussionist who can play thousands of instruments to perfection. And you will be surprised to know she achieved this status in spite of her disability. She was profoundly deaf. The second part of the chapter talks about the all-time great Shehnai player Ustad Bismillah Khan, who received the highest civilian award of India for his dedication to music and his love for India. He was the winner of Bharat Ratna. So these two names they have are immortalized in the world of music. The Sound of Music. The chapter is divided into part 1, part 2. Two great musicians, Evelyn Glennie and Ustad Bismillah Khan. These two souls immortalized themselves in the world of music. Part 1 is about a Scottish girl named Evelyn Glennie. She was very fond of music. But life played a very cruel joke with her. She lost her hearing power at a very young age. Now she had passion for music, but she has lost her hearing power. This loss was first noticed when she was 8 years old. By 11 years, she was completely deaf due to nerve damage. The chapter talks about two great musicians, Evelyn Glennie and Ustad Bismillah Khan. The first part covers the Scottish musician Evelyn Glennie. She had a lot of passion for music, but life was not simple for her. At a very tender age, she lost her hearing power. It came to the notice when she was 8 years old, and by 11, she became completely deaf due to nerve damage. But the story is about never give up in life. Evelyn Glennie did not give up hope and never look back. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. Once she saw a girl playing xylophone and she decided to play it. Imagine, she was deaf and she has to listen to the notes, then only she can play. But she decided that she is going to play a xylophone. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes, a great teacher, encouraged her. He knew that she was deaf, but he understood that she was made for the world of music. He made her learn by making her feel notes in her body. So he told her that you should use your body to feel the music. Though you don't have the power of listening, he asked her to listen music with the help of different parts of her body, that is the upper part and the lower part. So definitely Ron Forbes is very, very instrumental in the life of Evelyn Gluckney, a great teacher who has motivated her in spite of her hearing problems. Here is Evelyn Glennie. The arrival of Ron Forbes to her life changed the course of her life. The rest is history. With her sheer determination and hard work, she achieved her goal in life. She traveled the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she was at the top. She had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the academy. So we should always have a never give up attitude in life. Everyone faces difficulties in life, but if you smile at difficulties, definitely you will reach the zenith of success, and the life of Evelyn Glennie has proved it. She gradually left orchestral work and started giving solo performances. So now she was not going with the group, that is the orchestra, but she started to give solo performance. At the end of her 3 years course, she had achieved most of the top awards. So no disability can stop a person with passion and determination. That has been proved by Evelyn Glennie. Her determination, her iron will that she is going to make music her life made her receive many top awards. She explains that music flows through every part of her body. So she says that though she cannot listen, music flows in every part of her body. It tingles in her skin, her cheekbones, even in her hair. So that was the level of passion which Evelyn Glennie had. She could feel music in the skin, even in her cheeks and in her hair also. So she was determined to excel in the field of music. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingerprints. By leaning against the drums, she can feel the resonance, that is the sound, flowing into her body. So that was the level of her dedication and hard work, that when she was playing the xylophone, she could feel the sound passing up the stick and coming into her fingertips. And by leaning, she could feel the drums flowing into her body. This is her iron will to excel in spite of her disability. So, a person who has iron will cannot be stopped by any disability. On a wooded platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibration passes through her bare feet and up her legs. So she had her own ways to cope up her disability. She used to remove her shoes so that the vibration of the music passes through her bare feet and then comes up her legs. Evelyn is a perfect example that disability cannot stop a person to achieve if she is determined and works hard towards it. She earned many awards. She had given enormous pleasures to millions. So she is a perfect example that disability cannot stop a determined person. A hard working person will achieve his or her goal at any cost, and definitely she becomes a role model for differently abled people. They can achieve anything and everything in life. Evelyn Granny has proved it. Part 2 of Sound of Music is all about Ustad Bismillah Khan. A musical instrument called pungi was banned by Emperor Aurangzeb for its shrill, unpleasant sound. So, in the court of Aurangzeb, pungi, which it is there in the slide, it was banned because it was producing very unpleasant and shrill sound. It was perfected by a barber who belonged to a family of professional musicians. So pungi was perfected by a barber. He thought that this instrument is not a waste. Little bit perfection has to be achieved. So he perfected the instrument and then it became Shehnai. So Nai is there, barber. He played it in the chamber of the king. Its sound was appreciated by the emperor since it was born in Shah's chamber and perfected by Nai. It is named as Shehnai. So, after he perfected the pungi, he once again played it in the chamber of the king, and this time the king was impressed and it was called Shehnai. In the beginning, it was played in the temples before images of gods and goddesses. It was played on every auspicious occasion, and gradually it became very popular. So, the Shehnai was first played in the temples before the images of god and goddesses, and some very auspicious and important occasions, and slowly people started liking it, so it became very popular. Ustad Bismillah Khan belonged to Banaras Gharana, so he was of Banaras Gharana. He was born in 1916 at Dhumrao in Bihar. As a 5-year-old boy, he would play gilli danda near the pond. He used to visit Bihariji temple and sing Bhojpuri chaitas there. He would earn a big laddu from a local Maharaja as prize. So, Ustad Bismillah Khan, as a boy, he used to play gilli danda near a pond, and he used to visit Bihariji temple and sing some Bhojpuri chetas. And as a reward, he got a laddu from the Maharaj. At the age of 6, he moved to Banaras from Dhumrao, and his uncle Ali Baks introduced him to the nuances of playing Shehnai. So, his uncle was the person who introduced Shehnai to Ustad Bismillah Khan. He was deeply devoted to music. He used to spend most of his time practicing on the banks of river Ganga. The theme of his music was deeply affected by the flowing water of Ganga. So, Bismillah Khan started practicing Shehnai on the banks of a river Ganga, and the theme of his music was deeply affected by the flowing water of Ganga. He got the Best Performer award at All India Music Conference in Allahabad in 1930. In 1937, he bagged 3 medals at a music conference in Kolkata. He was invited by Pandit Nehru to play Shehnai from the ramparts of Delhi Red Fort in 1947. Ustad Bismillah Khan had declared India free from the ramparts of New Delhi's Red Fort in 1947. He has won the Bharat Ratna also and many international awards. He was a true patriot of Mother India. He loved Banaras and Dhumrao so much that he even refused an offer from one of his students to settle in the United States. He loved Banaras and Dhumrao so much that he denied the offer to settle in United States. He ventured in films also. He gave his music in 2 movies, but the artificiality or the artificial world of cinema could not attract him. He was a very simple person, and the glamour of cinema did not attract him because music is God and music is his soul.
Good morning to one and all present over here. Today it's me, Cadet Sonam Pandey, going to speak on the topic vaccination. Vaccination is the administration of a vaccine to help the immune system develop protection from a disease. Vaccine contains a microorganism or virus in a weakened, live or killed state, proteins or toxins from the organism. There has been confusion and misunderstandings about vaccines, but vaccination are an important part of our family and public health. Vaccines prevent the spread of many contagious, dangerous and deadly diseases. Now, I will tell you all about vaccination of COVID-19. The pandemic has impacted almost every corner of our life, causing global economics to stall, changing the way we work and interact with our loved ones, and stretching the healthcare system to the limit. Governments all around the world have been forced to implement harsh restrictions on human activities to stop the spread of COVID-19. COVID-19 vaccination is now offering a way to transition out of this phase of the pandemic. Without them, many scientists have believed that natural herd immunity would not have been sufficient. This is something which has been echoed by many health organizations including WHO. Many countries have made vaccines, but research demonstrated that Moderna and the RNA-based Pfizer vaccines are 94 to 95% effective. Thus, in my conclusion, the people who are vaccinated have to suffer less as they have already enough antibodies to defend the virus. I would like to say that the vaccination is very important. If possible, make your parents to get vaccinated. Thank you. Stay healthy, stay safe.
Thank you. Have a nice day.